What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gotians Games. Welcome back to another Epic 7 video, and in today's video we are talking about Luna, the limited character who just recently showed up but is now gone. But more specifically, we're going to talk about Speed Luna, because a lot of people keep asking me how I build certain characters, and particularly, you know, characters like Luna, who's a popular character. People want to know how I decided to build her, because a lot of people build her attack crit. Personally, I decided I wanted to be a little bit different and build her speed crit. Now, the setup that I have here, you can see it right here. I have a lot of the free pieces that they've given us, like the Christmas boots, socks, a small miracle. I'm running that, gives me a whole chunk of speed right there. Good health stats. It's rolled a pretty roundabout set of stats there. The epic ring, light of a million. The health right there is fantastic. That's actually helped me out quite a bit. And then nice effect resistance on it. And then the other stats are pretty just average. This one right here, lucky amulet, critical hit damage 43%. It's not maxed out yet, so it could still go up even more. And very nice stats, especially in the attack, as you can see right there. The next piece is Azimanus Fighter's Armor, which is rocking some decent critical hit chance as well as defense, and a decent speed for 6 right there. Next one is Rose Coronet, which this rolled a lot of attack, as you can see right there. 23% attack and 7 speed, which is fantastic. This last piece that I'm using, obviously I've been farming Wyvern a lot, and I was able to craft this one right here, which actually has some really nice stats on it. Although I wish the effectiveness was as high as the other stats are as well. Health is at 12%, critical hit damage 15%, effect resistance 12%. The effectiveness is at 7%. I wish that was at around like 12% as well. That would have been nice. So 4 pieces of speed, 2 pieces of crit chance. My stats are currently at my attack being just shy of 2,000, which is okay for me. Again, I still have a little bit of stats to get with this one right here on the lucky amulet, as well as when I eventually upgrade this chest piece. My health is sitting at 12,669. Again, very respectable. Defense is 965, very nice. The speed, though, is where it's at, 191. Almost there at 200. Almost. I would like to have gotten it at 200. It's very close. But again, as I upgrade some of this gear and get some level 85 in here, maybe I might get some more speed going. For me, as long as I don't lose some of the core stats, I'd be okay with that. Critical hit chance is sitting at 57%, which is actually okay because she increases her own critical hit chance by 30% if her health is more than 50%. So that's actually not too bad. So we're sitting at 87% when we're over 50% health. Critical hit damage is sitting at 207%. Be nice to get that closer to 250, but I'll take it because of the speed boost. Effectiveness 19%. Like I said, I would like to have that a little bit more, but it's all right. Effect resistance 26%, and dual attack chance no added bonus. I'm running L's Fist, which will increase my attack and speed by up to 32% as the current level that it's at right now. If I had a second Sigurd Scythe, I would probably run that instead. I tried running different artifacts such as Hell's Cutter, but Hell Cutter doesn't really work on this set because of how fast she is. She attacks more frequently than some other units, so Hell Cutter is not really a good option on her. And then let's see, some of the other ones that I was looking at. I think I have the other one on. Where are you? Where'd you go? Freaking. There you are, Cigarette. I was thinking about Strat Gauntlet, but that's more of a defensive one. So I kind of said no to that. So L's Fist seems to work pretty well on her. I do need to level it up some more to kind of increase that. Today we are going to run Wyvern just to showcase this setup on her. And the reason why I actually decided to go with a speed setup as opposed to attack crit like everybody else is because of her S1. So in order to showcase her, I kind of have to talk about her skills. So starting with her S2, Dragon Knight's Will. To me, this is one of the most important skills, or passive skills, whatever you want to call it, on her, because of the skill enhance when you have it maxed out. So on step 1, 1% to all her stats, 2, 2%, 3, 2%, 4, 2%, 5, 3% to all her stats. So she gets a very, very nice stat increase off of her S2. So I went ahead, made sure to max that out first. That was my priority. A lot of people, they prefer her S3 to be maxed out because it goes up to a 90% chance on her S3, or I'm sorry, not 90%. Goes up to a 100% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. I didn't put that as a priority, and the reason why I didn't put that as a priority for me is because of her S1 being used more than her S2. Especially with a speed setup, I wanted to prioritize her base stats and then the S1. So looking at S3 before we go into the S1, because they all tie together. S3, Ragnar's Spear soars into the air and hits the enemy with a spear with a 90% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Now, that's because I have it on Skill Enhance 2. If it was just regular, it would be 80% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Attacks with more powerful element, and then when you use Soul Burn, increases damage dealt. So all the way to step 4 on Skill Enhance, you would get it to 100% chance for decreased defensiveness. Now that's not taking into consideration any resistance that enemies might have, so just keep that in mind when you're going to enhance the skills on that. Now going to her S1, Infinity Slash. Stabs the target with a random number of times. Skill cooldown decreases by 1 to 3 turns, and damage dealt increases according to number of attacks. Now they are talking, when they say skill cooldown decreases, they are talking about her S3, which has a 10-turn cooldown. But that cooldown goes down anytime you attack with her basic attack, which is why I decided to go on a speed set. I wanted to be attacking as much as I possibly can with Luna. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and let's run Wyvern, so that way we can go ahead and showcase her. Now we're gonna run stage 10, and the team that I'm bringing is Ken, Sigret, Luna, and DN. So let's run this. And we're gonna showcase Luna as much as possible. Now, as you can see, she gets first turn because her speed is 190 something. So that's one of the benefits to having high speed on there. And there's that decreasing defense that I just explained, which so thankful for, because then I get to do more damage with everybody else. Now on Wyvern, if you guys are seeing this for the first time or seeing my channel for the first time or whatever, when you're running Wyvern, you need to have debuffers, because you need to debuff Wyvern twice, so that way he doesn't attack twice. If he does not have 2 debuffs on him, he will be attacking 2 times in a row. So you want to be able to bring multiple units that can debuff, and Luna can debuff. She strips defense. Ken also strips defense, so they kind of overlap a little bit. So if you have units that overlap like that, then you got to be mindful, so that way you don't overlap them. But it's always nice to have backups like that. Luna at times will overlap other characters because of her speed, which is awesome. It really is. Most of the time she will overlap my Ken, unless my Ken's S2 is active, in which case he doesn't get overlapped, because his S2 will increase his speed, and usually it'll increase it enough to where it matches Luna's. But Luna will overlap Sigret. She will overlap DN, and that's saying a lot because I have DN on a speed set as well. But even with the speed set that I have on DN's speed is sitting at around 130 something. So eventually Luna overlaps and attacks a little bit more frequently than DN gets her turns. Now, as you can see, that's what I was talking about. Attacks twice, and that's fine. I mean, if he's hitting a tank, it's not a big deal. Now, this is why I said you gotta be mindful of dual attack, or of not dual attacks, but of the defensive breaks. If you're running, like for example, I'm running 2 defensive break units. If I break defense like it did right here, what helps is that now when I use Luna, her S3 is going to do a lot more damage. A lot. So we're going to be able to see that in just a moment when her turn comes up. So we'll see. I think the Wyvern's going to attack before, yeah, Wyvern's going to attack before Luna. I think they actually have the same speed, or very, very close to it. She's not faster than Wyvern, but she's just as fast, which is not bad. I'll take that. I mean, if she was sitting at around 200 speed, I think she would outspeed him at that case, or at that point. But doesn't matter. It's still good. Not a problem. So now we're gonna be able to see how much damage this is gonna do on Wyvern with Wyvern having defensive break on it, which is, if it crits, gonna be quite a bit. There it is. So 8K. Now, like I said, I didn't prioritize S3, which is fine. I wanted to do more damage with my stats overall first. So that's why I went that way. And, you know, we're making quick work of Wyvern, which is nice. I mean, it really helps that we're able to break his defense and all that fun stuff. I think he's going to do a shield. Not yet. Not yet. That's still there. Okay, so now we get to see her basic attack. Alright, so I only have her skill enhanced on 2. So we'll go ahead and hopefully she can hit a lot. Okay, so that was when she does her max hits, she hits for quite a bit of damage, which is really, really nice. She's on some cases I've seen her crit upwards of 10 to 12k on her basic attack against Wyvern. So you know, it's a lot. It's really nice. Like especially in conjunction with other characters like Ken, whenever they get a dual attack together, that amount goes up a lot. So right here, you can see that she's doing like a smaller attack animation. I don't know if there's any specific triggers. It says randomly. It'd be nice if there were specific triggers that could trigger a more powerful attack, but unfortunately, none that I know of. I know there was a little bit of a bug before, but I think they fixed that already.
Don't be scared.
Or they should have fixed it already.
Over here.
But I would really like to see her like seriously do her stronger attacks. It'd be nice for the showcase if she did. But doesn't look like she's gonna get a chance to, because this Wyvern is dead. Like this is a dead dragon right here. Pop. But I don't want this to be an excessively long video. Why is it gotta be flat, man? You know, I got a love-hate relationship with running this event. Really do, because I wish that it would drop percentage. It doesn't drop percentage based. Like it does sometimes, but barely ever. And if it does drop percentage based, then it's like, well, we're gonna give you flat stats for the sun stats, which really sucks. But I'm trying to showcase Luna, and I don't want this to be an overly long video, but I really want to showcase her doing as much damage as she possibly can. And honestly, I didn't think we make quick work of Wyvern that fast, and we did, which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about that. That's a good thing. That's first world problems. Like, that's a good problem to have, that you kill the freaking boss too fast. You know, before, like, it's like, oh, well, all right, we're gonna have some problems killing Wyvern here. There we go. That's a little bit nicer, but you know, I want her to do her max hits. That's what I'm hoping she does. Max hits. So hopefully we can get that. As you can see, we're getting a lot of defensive breaks, which is always nice. Nice to have that. And most people tend to run like 2 defensive breaks just in case. So I'm one of those. As you can see, Luna and Ken defensive breaks. There we go. See, look at that, 11k. That is very nice. 11k on a crit. And as you can see, because her health is over 50%, she's critting quite frequently. It's sitting around like 80% right now. I think 87% for crit rate, which is really nice.
I am at your command.
You know, a lot of people, they go for 60%, so that way they can get 90%. I mean, 3% is 3%. I'm not gonna, you know, make a big deal about it. I'm actually very happy with how I have it, specifically because of her speed. Oh, poor DM. Rip DM.
Ridiculous.
That's alright. It is ridiculous, isn't it? But it's all good. We just gotta we gotta debuff him or debuff Wyvern, and we're good. So if Ken can give me an attack debuff right now, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And now, Sigrid, I need you to give me deep buffs right here too, please. Thank you, ma'am. And now we're good. Luna. Give me a defensive break right here. Just add to the debuffs. Do it. Do it. There you go. There you go. See, obviously he had his defense up, so we did 3k damage instead of the amount that we did before, which was 8k. So defensive breaks, that's a good chunk. You're talking about 5k difference. That is a very, very massive chunk. Now, so because I already have defensive break on Wyvern, there's no point in trying to put another one. So I'm not. Because they don't stack, it just replaces it. Which is okay. It's not a big deal. Look at that. 7k, 7.3k on the basics. Very, very nice. So now, let me see if I can get more defensive breaks with Ken. Let's do that. Also, I'm not going to use the burn because I'm going to save the burn for Luna's S3. If I can get a defensive break on here. Thank you. That way, I can show off Luna's S3 with a burn. Probably by the next turn. Give me 2 or 3 cooldown. 2 cooldown. I'll take that. All right, so let's get that. Let's get that nice S3 with a crit. Appreciate that. So we can burn it right here. And let's see how much. I mean, it's gonna take off the shield, so it's gonna be a little bit less damage. But just to see, 11k even with some shield left. So 11k. That was probably closer to 12.5, maybe 13k at that point. Very, very, very solid for 2 skill ups on that.
Leave it to me.
All right, let's get some more crits going. Defensive break on it. Oh, maximum. Oh, double hit with Ken. Thank you. 15k between the two. Luna doing 11 herself. Very nice. Making quick work of freaking Wyvern here. Rest in peace, Sigrid, though. Rest in peace. We love you, Sigrid. All right, Ken, we're just going to go ahead and finish the boss off here. Defensive break? Oh, you didn't defensive break. You didn't break it, man. You got to break the freaking dragon thingy. Ah, this might hurt. I mean, the Wyvern's dead. Not right here, but the Wyvern's going to die either way. After the shield. Okay. All right, so let's see here. This is make or break if we're gonna be able to beat this thing right here. I mean, probably are, especially with the freaking like defensive break on that right there. But because Ken can double attack and I want to kill the boss at this point, I think I made my point as to my speed Luna here. I want to just freaking do this and just get 2 attacks going. And that way Luna can take out the shield if Ken doesn't. Ken's not going to. She will, and probably kill the boss. And there she is. 9k. Good job. Ew. Not on the 9k. Ew on the energy drop. But that's going to be it for the video today. I do appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot to me. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribing if you guys are new. Give a massive thumbs up for freaking Speed Luna, guys. Because in my opinion, I think that's a very, very solid build for her. Very, very viable, especially if you can keep her attack up and her critical hit chance up as well. And obviously you want some speed going with her too. But that's it for the video today. I will catch you all in the next video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.